In South Africa's Gauteng province, residents in both Pretoria and Johannesburg are working to recover after a powerful wave of severe weather brought hail, flooding, and widespread infrastructure damage. The early morning storm struck quickly and unexpectedly, transforming familiar neighborhoods and causing significant disruption as emergency teams rushed to assess the impact. People in Pretoria woke up to a scene that looked almost unreal. A city blanketed in thick layers of hail that resembled a winter landscape. What began as a sudden hailstorm in the early hours left behind formidable ice stones, damaged property, and blocked roads. Across East Johannesburg and West Pretoria, reports have been pouring in throughout the day. Collapsed roofs, damaged carports, localized flooding, and major traffic disruptions. One of the hardest hit areas was Festival Mall in Kempton Park, where the roof sustained severe damage under the force of the storm. In Johannesburg, the Northcliff water tower began overflowing, adding to the challenges faced by residents already navigating hazardous conditions. Meanwhile, in Pretoria North, authorities were forced to close a section of Eskia Drive at Nyenneber Avenue due to flooding and debris. These closures created major detours and delays as crews worked to restore safe access. Across the province, the massive hailstorms left a trail of damage to malls, roads, homes, and essential services. Emergency teams moved quickly to respond, with the Tshwane Emergency Management Services leading the coordinated effort. Deputy Chief Nana Radebigiba explained that EMS officers and the Regional Operations Coordination Department have been conducting a detailed situational assessment since the storm hit. Their work includes evaluating affected infrastructure, identifying areas at high risk, and clearing blocked roads to ensure emergency vehicles and residents can move safely through the city. Radebigiba emphasized the importance of restoring accessibility as soon as possible, noting that public safety remains the top priority. Crews are working long hours to make sure roads are safe and that unstable structures are properly assessed before anyone returns to them. In the Montana area of Pretoria, the impact of the storm was especially severe. According to the Sinoville Firefighting Association, the Montana Retirement Village was one of the facilities hit hard by the intense hail and flooding. Spokesperson Zenobia Look explained that several residents had to be relocated as a precaution when ceilings inside the building became dangerously unstable. Firefighting teams intervened quickly to prevent sections of the ceiling from collapsing onto patients. In some areas, water surged into the facility, rising above knee height and posing a serious threat to elderly residents who needed assistance to evacuate. Scenes from the surrounding neighborhoods show similar levels of disruption. Streets covered in ice, damaged rooftops, and residents attempting to clear debris from driveways and yards. For many families, the storm brought sudden fear as the sound of large hailstones pounded against windows and roofing. Weather experts are urging the public to remain vigilant in the coming weeks. Local storm watcher Juandre Vorste, known as the weather hooligan, warned that hail could become a more frequent occurrence over the next 3 months. He explained that storms are increasingly forming directly over towns in tightly clustered cells. These isolated systems, which he calls lone rangers, can break away from larger formations and intensify rapidly, resulting in highly localized, but extremely damaging, storm activity. The South African Weather Service echoed this caution. Forecaster Lelohonolo Tobela urged residents to take weather alerts seriously, pointing out how quickly yesterday's conditions deteriorated once thunderstorms began to intensify. Tobela emphasized that warnings are issued to provide early notice and prevent harm, but they only work when people pay attention and prepare accordingly. As communities begin to assess the aftermath, the focus now shifts to recovery. Damaged homes and businesses will need repairs, and older residents and vulnerable individuals may require ongoing support. Municipal teams will continue clearing debris, inspecting infrastructure, and helping restore normal activity across the affected areas. Events like this serve as a reminder of how unpredictable weather patterns have become, and how essential it is for communities to stay informed and prepared. For residents of Pretoria and Johannesburg, the storm may have passed, but the cleanup and rebuilding efforts are just beginning. Thank you for watching.